Mojo Dennis was both feet on the ground.
Hello guys and gals, it's me, Mojo Daddy Mystic, and I'm back with another groovy reaction. And on this one, we are taking a look at the band Death with their song Politicians in My Eyes. Now, up until recently, I had never heard of this band, but I watched their documentary, and they had like an article out of the New York Post stating that this band was punk before punk was punk. And just fascinating that this band was around before bands like the Ramones, the Sex Pistols, the Clash. They were truly, now you want to talk about ahead of their time, this is it. So I'm going to read you the bio of this incredible band, the forefathers of punk rock. Here we go. The East Detroit-based proto-punk outfit Death formed in 1973 around the talents of siblings David, Bobby, and Dennis Hackney. The brothers, who had spent previous summers banging out soul and funk jams, began to gravitate toward the deafening assault of bands like Black Sabbath, MC5, Alice Cooper, and the Stooges, resulting in a volatile live set and demo that found favor with Detroit's burgeoning underground rock scene. Yeah, Detroit was a great hub for bands like Alice Cooper, MC5. Who else comes from there? Yeah, the Stooges. Producer Dan Davis of Funkadelic was called in to helm the band's debut studio sessions, which unearthed a raw, nervy collection of classic rock tinged politically charged punk singles. The songs eventually caught the ear of Columbia record guru Clive Davis, who wanted to change the band's name to something more forgiving than Death. Davis refused to budge, causing a rift in the group that led all three siblings to retreat to New England and stay with their half-brother. What was initially devised as a brief getaway turned into decades. As the brothers went their separate ways, in 2009, Drag City released For the Whole Wide World to See, which collected 7 of the band's singles. Death reunited for a series of shows in 2010 and also played the Nearby Southwest Music Festival that year in early 2011. Drag City, with the help from Death members, released a collection of demos and outtakes from the For the Whole Wide World to See sessions entitled Spiritual, Mental, Physical. Another set of archival recordings entitled Death 3 was issued in 2014. The recordings were compiled from tapes recorded between 1975 and 1990 and features some of the final sessions recorded by David Hackney, who died in 2000 from lung cancer. Okay, so interesting band. We're going to get into this song here, Politicians in My Eyes, For the Whole Wide World to See. Let's see what they're all about. There's only 2 things certain in this life: death and taxes. And we're about to hear some death. Let's vibe.
1, 2, 3, now!
1973.
Number one, make a scam, it's what they think I'm a flame. It's like a race at the top because they wanna be boss. They don't care who they step on as long as they get along. Politicians in my eyes. They could care less about you, they could care less about me. As long as they are within the place that they want to be. They're always wearing some smiles, I guess they go with the style. Politicians in my eyes. Always trying to be slick when they tell us that they're responsible for sending young men to die. We have waited so long for someone to come along and correct our country wrong, but the wait's been too long.
That bass is sick.
Usually simply to see, but when they lie on TV, the daddy can be a better man than you see. But when decisions are come, and when they have all the fun, politicians in my eyes. They're always trying to convince you that we don't have the sense. They look just like this quiz, but they do blue stupid things. That they do to them because you're their biggest friends. Politicians in my eyes. Reaching out, shaking hands, making friends and other plans. Some will rise, some will fall, some won't even answer calls. Look ahead, see them fly, see the twinkle in their eyes. Politicians tell me why, can't you hear the people
ups, man. Big ups. Bass and percussion. Very, very prevalent. Far out, man. I dug that. Big shout out to Bobby Hackney and the Hackney Brothers. Great groovy song there. Politicians in My Eyes. Can you believe that was put out in 1973, before punk was even thought of, on the main stage anyways. Definitely ahead of their time. Such a punk sound. You gotta throw in bands like the Modern Lovers too as being like kind of proto-punk, but that was just fantastic. They actually released a new album called New Death, or NEW Death, in 2015, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But this was just a very, very interesting find. I had recently heard about this band until recently, so it's just amazing that they were an all-black group when, you know, you had they were playing funk and soul tunes, and then they transitioned over to punk rock. It's just fantastic. I dug it a lot. But what did you think of Death, Politicians in My Eyes? And you got to realize, like, Vietnam was still going on, so the lyrics were very very hitting close to home there, and it's still relevant today. So it's just amazing. They made a song for all time, because politicians, they are most likely, most of them are dishonest. But what did you guys think of Politicians in My Eyes? Let me know in the comments below. This is your hippie with Harmony, Mojo Daddy Mystic, wishing you peace, love, and happiness. Until next time, stay groovy.